Russian President Vladimir Putin showed off Su-57 to Turkish President Erdogan on Tuesday. This comes after Turkey was blocked from S-35 sales due to its purchase of the Russian S-400 air defense system. Russian and Turkish news outlets reported that Mr. Putin led Erdogan to Su-57, which is developed by Sukhoi, at the annual MAX 2019 air show at Zhukovsky International Airport outside Moscow. According to the Associated Press, Erdogan looked into the cockpit of the Su-57 and asked whether it was available for sale. Mr. Putin is said to have smiled and said, "Yes, you can buy it." Turkey's Hurriyet newspaper reported that Erdogan and Putin also had a private conversation for over an hour. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes Russian offer of Sukhoi Su-57 to Turkey after America removed it from F-35 program because of S-400 purchase. Let's get into details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. S-400 Triumph is an anti-aircraft weapon system developed by Russia's Almaz Central Design Bureau in the 1990s as an upgrade to the S-300 family. It's been in service with the Russian Armed Forces since 2007. It's designed to defend against aircraft, including fifth-generation stealth fighters, bombers, AWACS, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. It's considered to be one of the most powerful air defense systems in the world. Russian S-400 air defense is a package consisting of radar, command and control center, and interceptor missiles. S-400 can track hundreds of targets at a time, engage up to 36 targets in parallel, and simultaneously launch 72 missiles. S-400 uses multiple radars depending on threat perception. The primary one is either the 91 N6E Big Bird Acquisition and Battle Management Radar, or 92 N6E Gravestone Multi-Mode Engagement Radar. These have a range of around 600 kilometers or 370 miles. The main radar is complemented by target acquisition radars like 67 N6 Gamma D and 9 N6 Protivnik G radars in L-band, Nebo SVU in the very high frequency band, and Nebo M and Zebu M in multiband. Nebo SVU and Zebu M is touted to have the ability to detect stealth aircraft. S-400 deploys multiple missiles to cover its strike envelope and can hit targets at a max range of 400 kilometers or around 250 miles. Turkey had more than 100 F-35s on order. It's already received 2 F-35s. Not only this, being one of the major partners, it's responsible for the production of certain components of F-35 and would have provided maintenance support to other European customers of the jet. Turkish companies are responsible for 937 parts used to build the F-35, and 400 of these are solely sourced from Turkish firms. It is to be noted that Turkey is not only an important player in the F-35 program, but it's also an important NATO member. NATO is a bloc formed mainly to defend against the Soviet Union. Keeping this aspect into consideration, there were 3 main reasons for the opposition of S-400. 1. NATO as an organization like to have interoperability, so the Russian system will be out of place and reduce tactical flexibility. 2. When Turkey operates the jets in the airspace, which is monitored by S-400, S-400 will be able to gather technical data, such as radar signatures of the F-35s. This could potentially pass onto Russian hands and could undercut the main advantage of F-35s. That's stealth. 3. S-400 will be hooked to Turkish air defense as part of integrated air defense setup. This could be a major security breach, as having the S-400 linked into Turkish defense networks could potentially give Russian analysts access to sensitive information that passes through the cloud-based Multinational Autonomic Logistics Information System (ALIS) system of the F-35s. ALIS is critical mission data and flight routes. Important people like U.S. Army General Curtis Scaparrotti, the head of U.S. forces in Europe, and NATO Allied Commander General Todd Walters voiced their opinion that Turkey should not be provided with F-35s if it acquired the S-400. It's to be noted that Turkey had repeatedly asked for Patriot air defense system from the U.S. but was rejected by the Obama administration. The Patriot PAC-3 was offered to it by the Trump administration, but Turkey no longer wanted it. Erdogan was quoted by NTV as saying, "One S-400 is worth 3 Patriots. If the conditions are equal to the S-400 deal, we would buy Patriots. But if they're not, we'll have to think of our interests." The U.S. insisted that Turkey pulled out of the deal, but Erdogan stuck to his stand. On the 12th of July, the S-400 started reaching Turkey, and thereafter it was officially removed from the F-35 program. The Su-57 is the first operational aircraft in Russian Air Force service to use stealth technology. Similar to F-22 and F-35, the airframe incorporates design elements that reduce radar cross-section (RCS) of the jet. Weapons are carried internally in weapons bays within the airframe, and antennas are recessed from the surface of the skin to preserve the aircraft's stealthy shape. Also, radar absorbent material, or RAM, has been used to reduce its radar returns. Su-57 is designed to have extreme maneuverability at both supersonic and subsonic speeds. This can provide it with a brutal advantage in dogfights and help it defeat missile with extreme evasive maneuvers instead of entirely relying on stealth. It's the first fighter jet to utilize 3D thrust vectoring. This enables engine thrust to be pointed in different directions, providing increased pitch, roll, and yaw control. Supercruise is the ability to sustain supersonic flight without using fuel-inefficient afterburners. Su-57 is thought to be capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 2 without an afterburner. Su-57 has NO-36 Belka radar system that consists of a main nose-mounted X-band AESA radar, 2 smaller X-band AESA radars mounted on the sides of the forward fuselage, and 2 L-band arrays on the wing's leading edge extensions. This provides Su-57 with 360-degree coverage. With its onboard Belka radar station, the Su-57 is speculated to have the ability to detect stealth aircraft and track over 10 targets simultaneously. It also houses an infrared search and track (IRST) sensor at the base of its windscreen, providing it with another option with which to detect enemy aircraft apart from Belka radar system. IRST sensors can track an aircraft by its infrared signatures. Viewers may note that the Su-57 program had the backing of India. India was looking for a customized variant of Su-57 for its Air Force and had put in significant funding. India wanted to acquire around 150 jets. But in April 2018, India pulled out of the project. The main reasons were engine issue and unconvincing stealth characteristics. Su-57 has a fair share of problems, and it's no secret that Russia is trying to woo back India, as well as looking for new partners. On May 15th, Mr. Putin revealed that a procurement plan is being laid out for acquiring 76 Su-57 for the Russian Air Force, and it's expected that these will be deployed by 2028. This is a major delay, as the Kremlin previously planned to have 150 of these aircraft in service by 2020. On the other hand, the F-35 program is maturing much better, with the unit price of the F-35A moving below $800 million in a recent deal. It also seems to be doing great tactically too. Recently, Israeli F-35I hit targets in Iraq, deceiving Russian S-300 and S-400 in Syria. To know more, viewers can check the video on the above card. But the probable replacement of F-35 with Russian Su-57 is not just a military deal, but it has important political ramifications. It's likely that a wedge will be drawn in NATO, and Turkey may get aligned more towards Russia. It remains to be seen how things pan out going forward.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.